Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's exclusive deep dive report where we peel back the curtain on one of Hollywood's most riveting and controversial on-set moments. In an era where every intimate detail is dissected and every gesture scrutinized, renowned actress and wellness guru Gwyneth Paltrow has thrown the spotlight on a subject that has recently taken the entertainment world by storm: the role of intimacy coordinators. Yes, you heard that right. In an explosive conversation with Vanity Fair, Paltrow revealed that during filming of her new movie, Marty Supreme, she had to put her foot down and tell an on-set intimacy coordinator to step a little bit back when filming sex scenes with co-star Timothée Chalamet. And believe it or not, this revelation has set off a firestorm of debate, touching on everything from artistic freedom and on-set protocols to the evolving nature of intimacy in Hollywood. In this comprehensive, multi-layered exposé that spans every nuance and hidden detail of the story, we are going to explore the following: the background of this shocking on-set moment, the significance of intimacy coordinators in today's film industry, how the Me Too movement redefined on-set safety, and why Paltrow's blunt, unscripted remark is resonating with audiences around the globe. We'll also discuss what her candid confession means for both seasoned actors and new talents alike, as well as examine the cultural implications that arise when traditional approaches to intimacy clash with modern protocols. So sit tight, dear viewers. This is not just another celebrity tidbit. This is a saga of transformation in the film industry that promises to leave you both informed and utterly captivated. Picture this: the set of Marty Supreme is buzzing with energy. Timothée Chalamet, a rising star with an Oscar nomination, under his belt for his work in the critically acclaimed A Complete Unknown, is set to portray a charming ping-pong protege. Opposite him stands Gwyneth Paltrow, 52, who has returned to what she calls her serious film role after a long hiatus, her previous major film being the 2010 country musical Country Strong. But this time, it wasn't just about acting, it was about intimacy, vulnerability, and the subtle interplay of power and artistic expression. During an intimate scene, one that by all accounts required a great deal of trust and openness, Paltrow revealed she was taken aback by a new on-set trend. "I mean, we have a lot of sex in this movie," she confessed to Vanity Fair with an intensity that immediately grabbed headlines. Despite her extensive experience and the bold roles she has tackled over the years, Paltrow admitted that she was unaware of the rising use of intimacy coordinators on film sets. In her characteristic forthright style, she explained that while these specialists were designed to ensure that actors felt safe and respected during explicit scenes, a protocol that gained momentum in the wake of the Me Too movement, she found their presence somewhat stifling. Paltrow recalled a specific incident during the filming of one particularly charged scene when the intimacy coordinator approached her with a suggestion for a move that, in her eyes, encroached on her creative autonomy. "I was like, girl, I'm from the era where you get naked, you get in bed, the camera's on," she said with a mix of humor and exasperation. "We said, I think we're good, you can step a little bit back." With those words, Paltrow not only asserted her boundaries, but also sent a clear message about the delicate balance between professional safety measures and artistic freedom. A balance that many argue is now at the heart of every modern film set. To fully grasp the significance of Paltrow's remarks, we must first examine the role of intimacy coordinators in the contemporary film industry. These professionals have become almost ubiquitous on sets where explicit scenes are involved. Born out of a renewed focus on safety and respect in the wake of the Me Too movement, intimacy coordinators are tasked with ensuring that all participants in a scene are comfortable, that clear boundaries are established, and that the artistic vision is maintained without compromising the personal dignity of those involved. For many actors, especially those new to the industry, the presence of an intimacy coordinator can be a godsend. It ensures that they are not forced into uncomfortable positions, that their consent is continuously sought, and that their personal boundaries are respected. Dame Emma Thompson, for instance, has publicly defended the use of intimacy coordinators on film sets, describing them as fantastically important for creating a safe working environment. Conversely, some figures like Sean Bean have argued that these protocols might spoil the spontaneity of intimate scenes. This divergence in opinion underscores the broader debate. Do these measures enhance the creative process, or do they impose a rigid framework that dampens the natural flow of on-screen chemistry? Paltrow's candid admission adds an intriguing dimension to this debate. Her background is steeped in a long history of filmmaking, where actors were expected to get naked, get in bed, and let the camera roll without much interference. To her, the notion of someone telling her what to do during an intimate moment feels like an intrusion, a disruption of a process that, for many artists, is an act of trust and vulnerability. When she stated that she would feel very stifled if someone were to direct her physical movements during a sex scene, it was a powerful reminder that even as protocols evolve, the essence of artistic expression remains deeply personal and fiercely individual. Historically, the filming of sex scenes was often handled with a laissez-faire attitude, sometimes at the expense of the actor's comfort and well-being. For decades, the expectation was that performers would simply do their job with minimal intervention. However, as revelations of abuse and exploitation emerged in Hollywood, the industry underwent a seismic shift. The Me Too movement catalyzed a much-needed reevaluation of on-set practices, giving rise to stringent protocols designed to protect actors from potential abuse and ensure that every intimate moment was conducted with mutual respect and clear communication. It is within this context that intimacy coordinators have emerged as a critical part of modern filmmaking. Their role is not to dictate or micromanage every move, but to facilitate a safe space where actors can express themselves freely without fear of overstepping boundaries or being exploited. Yet, as Paltrow's experience reveals, there can be a fine line between support and interference. Her remark, "Step a little bit back," and suggests that while she acknowledges the importance of safety, she also values the spontaneity and organic nature of on-screen intimacy, a reminder that sometimes less is more. This tension between safety protocols and creative freedom is not unique to Paltrow. Many seasoned actors have spoken out about the need for a balanced approach, one that respects personal boundaries without encroaching on the artist's ability to perform naturally. For some, the presence of an intimacy coordinator is a reassuring addition, a safeguard that allows them to perform with confidence. For others, particularly those who grew up in an era where such interventions were unheard of, it can feel like an unnecessary imposition, a reminder that the landscape of Hollywood is ever-changing, and sometimes change can be both liberating and confining. One of the most compelling aspects of Paltrow's revelation is the generational gap it exposes. Having first burst onto the scene decades ago, Paltrow represents an old guard of Hollywood, an era when intimate scenes were handled with minimal on-set supervision. In contrast, today's actors, especially those who have come of age in the wake of the Me Too movement, are accustomed to a more regulated and sensitive approach to intimacy. For Paltrow, the transition is jarring. She candidly admitted that she was not even aware of the existence of intimacy coordinators until she encountered one on the set of Marty Supreme. Her reaction, both humorous and incredulous, resonates with those who grew up with a different set of expectations about what it means to perform intimacy on screen. "I'm from the era where you get naked, you get in bed, the camera's on," she said, a statement that encapsulates an entire chapter of Hollywood's history in just a few words. This generational divide also highlights the broader cultural shifts that have taken place in the industry. While safety and consent are now at the forefront of every production, there remains a lingering nostalgia for the unfiltered, raw approach of the past. Yet as the industry evolves, it is increasingly clear that the safety measures now in place are not about stifling creativity. They are about protecting the dignity of performers and fostering an environment of mutual respect. Paltrow's mixed feelings on the matter are a microcosm of the broader debate. How do we honor the past while embracing the necessary changes of the present? To truly appreciate the complexity of what Paltrow is addressing, one must delve into the behind-the-scenes dynamics of filming intimate scenes. These sequences, by their very nature, are some of the most challenging and delicate parts of a film production. They require not only a high level of trust between actors, but also a meticulously coordinated effort to ensure that every move is consensual, safe, and artistically relevant. As the dust settles on Paltrow's provocative revelation, the conversation it has ignited is far from over. Industry insiders, actors, and fans are now grappling with the implications of her words and what they signal about the future of on-set intimacy. Will future productions adopt a more flexible approach, one that respects the artistry of its performers while still ensuring safety? Or will the industry continue to tighten its protocols, perhaps at the cost of spontaneity and creative freedom? This question is at the heart of a much larger debate, one that touches on the very nature of filmmaking in a post-Me Too era. On one hand, the introduction of intimacy coordinators represents a long overdue shift toward transparency, safety, and respect on set. On the other hand, as Paltrow's experience reveals, there is a risk that these measures may inadvertently constrain the creative process. The challenge for future productions then is to strike a balance that honors the lessons of the past while embracing the innovations of the present. For new talent entering the industry, this debate is particularly significant. As intimacy coordinators become standard on sets, emerging actors must navigate this new terrain, a terrain where boundaries are clearly defined and every action is meticulously managed. While this offers a degree of protection and reassurance, it can also feel restrictive, especially for those who have been trained in an era where intimacy was a more fluid, less codified part of the craft. Paltrow's candid remarks serve as a beacon for those on both sides of the debate, a reminder that at the heart of every intimate scene is a human connection that must be allowed to breathe and evolve without undue interference. No discussion of this topic would be complete without considering the personal dimension of Paltrow's experience. With a career spanning decades, she has seen Hollywood transform from an industry of unspoken rules and implicit trust to one defined by explicit protocols and heightened awareness of personal boundaries. Her journey is one of constant adaptation, journey that has seen her navigate the complexities of fame, artistic expression, and the ever-changing expectations of audiences and colleagues alike. Paltrow's experience on the set of Marty Supreme is emblematic of this journey. For her, the intimacy of a scene is not just about the physical act of nudity or sexual expression, it is about the deep emotional and creative connection between partners. When that connection is compromised by an overzealous on-set presence, it can feel like a violation of the very essence of performance. Her insistence on telling the intimacy coordinator to step a little bit back is a declaration of her right to control that space, to create an environment where her artistic instincts can flourish without being hampered by unnecessary interference. This personal perspective is what makes her comments so compelling. It is not merely a critique of new industry practices. It is a heartfelt reflection on what it means to be an artist in an age where every intimate moment is subject to public scrutiny and every gesture is analyzed in detail. For Paltrow, maintaining her creative autonomy is not just about preserving her own integrity, it is about setting an example for future generations of actors, a reminder that while change is inevitable, the core values of artistic expression must never be compromised. Paltrow's remarks come at a time when the film industry is undergoing one of its most significant transformations in decades. The Me Too movement, which began as a clarion call for accountability and respect, has fundamentally reshaped the way intimacy is handled on set. What was once an unspoken, implicit understanding among actors is now a formalized, highly regulated process. This shift has been met with both praise and criticism, reflecting the complex, multifaceted nature of our cultural moment. On one hand, the introduction of intimacy coordinators has been hailed as a revolutionary step toward protecting the dignity and safety of performers. These professionals are now viewed as essential cogs in the machinery of modern filmmaking, a necessary response to decades of abuse, exploitation, and systemic neglect. For many, this evolution is a long overdue correction, a vital safeguard that ensures every actor is treated with the respect they deserve. On the other hand, there is a growing concern that this new norm, while well-intentioned, may inadvertently stifle the spontaneity and emotional authenticity that are the lifeblood of great cinema. Paltrow's experience is a case in point. Her reaction, a blend of incredulity, humor, and firm assertion of her artistic rights, highlights the tension between these two imperatives, the need for safety and the desire for unbridled creative expression. This cultural debate is not confined solely to Hollywood. It reflects broader societal questions about personal boundaries, consent, and the role of institutional safeguards in an increasingly complex world. As audiences become more aware of the challenges faced by performers on set, the conversation inevitably turns toward finding a balanced approach, one that honors the lessons of the past while embracing the protections of the present. As we stand at this crossroads, the future of on-set intimacy is ripe with both promise and challenge. The evolving landscape of filmmaking calls for innovative solutions that respect the personal space of actors while ensuring that every scene is crafted with the utmost care and sensitivity. Industry leaders are now faced with the task of developing protocols that not only protect but also empower, a task that requires a deep understanding of both the artistic and personal dimensions of intimate performance. For established actors like Gwyneth Paltrow, who have weathered the storms of Hollywood for decades, the hope is that these new practices will continue to evolve in a way that honors the spirit of creative freedom. For emerging talent, the challenge will be to navigate this new terrain without losing the raw, unfiltered energy that makes their performances so compelling. In many ways, Paltrow's remarks serve as both a cautionary tale and a call to action, a reminder that while progress is essential, it must never come at the expense of the human element that lies at the heart of every great performance. Technology continues to advance and social norms shift. The role of intimacy coordinators may well undergo further refinement. Perhaps future on-set protocols will incorporate more flexible guidelines, ones that allow for a greater degree of spontaneity while still providing the necessary safeguards. Until then, Paltrow's bold declaration remains a powerful statement on the importance of artistic integrity, a reminder that even in an era of unprecedented change, the core values of creativity, respect, and personal expression must always come first. In wrapping up this extensive exploration of Gwyneth Paltrow's on-set experience, one thing is abundantly clear. The landscape of Hollywood is shifting, and with it comes a complex interplay between safety protocols and artistic freedom. Paltrow's candid revelation that she felt stifled when an intimacy coordinator stepped in during a sex scene with Timothée Chalamet serves as a microcosm of the broader debates that are shaping the industry today. Her story is a reminder that behind every headline and every whispered rumor lies a deeper narrative, a narrative about the evolution of our cultural norms, the challenges of preserving creative authenticity, and the enduring power of the human spirit to adapt, overcome, and redefine what it means to express intimacy on screen. As we continue to witness the transformation of filmmaking practices in a post-Me Too world, the experiences of seasoned actors like Paltrow offer invaluable insights into the delicate balance between protection and freedom, between protocol and passion. In this ever-changing landscape, the dialogue sparked by Paltrow's words is more important than ever. It challenges filmmakers, actors, and audiences alike to think critically about what we value in art and how we can create environments that honor both the safety of individuals and the raw, unfiltered energy of creative expression. It is a call for all of us to embrace change while never losing sight of the fundamental human need to connect, to express, and to be truly seen. So here's to Gwyneth Paltrow, a trailblazer, a consummate professional, and a fierce advocate for artistic integrity. Her unfiltered, unapologetic stance on intimacy and creative control is a testament to the enduring spirit of Hollywood, where even in the face of sweeping change, the heart of the craft remains as vibrant and essential as ever. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth, sensational journey through one of the most fascinating on-set revelations of our time. Stay tuned for more breaking news, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes insights as we continue to explore the ever-evolving world of entertainment, where every intimate moment tells a story and every whispered secret has the power to change the game. If you like this news and want more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. Until next time, Sensationalist family.